Galvan and number 11, Sebastian Medina. And up top, Julian Alvarez will partner Joaquin Perez. This ball gets knocked out. This is our fourth day of competition here at the GA Cup, the 2016-17 edition, the Champions Division. Combination of MLS teams that had to qualify through 6 months of qualifying to make it, an international side such as River Plate as they streak down this right side. Camargo coming forward from right back. Pushes all the way back to keep some possession. But intercepted. And now launched going the other way is De Valle. Up on the ball is Mohar, the number 10. In goal for Independiente, De Valle, Wellington Ramirez. From right to left on your back line, Angelino Peralta, Mauricio Quinones, Yelivar Silva, and Samuel Perlaza. The holding midfielder is Moises Caicedo. The two attacking midfielders, Brian Valdivieso and Gonzalo Plata. And up top, across the front line from left to right, Denilson Ovando, Jordan Mahar. You see there number 9. And out wide right, Jordan Rezabala. Perlaza plays back to his goalkeeper. As I've said, River Plate winning this division the last 2 years here in Dallas. De Valle, this is their first time here, first Ecuadorian squad to come to the GA Cup. De Valle coming on the scene more recently, internationally. They only rose to the first division in Ecuador about 6 years ago for the first time in their history. They made it to the Copa Libertadores final in 2016, losing to Atlético Nacional of Colombia, but on the way beating River Plate in the quarterfinals. And they, of course, take their name from Independiente of Argentina, one of the big five of Buenos Aires, and one of the main rivals of River Plate, alongside, of course, Abner Seves' favorite team, Boca Juniors. Plata chasing this one down to the end line, but Rodriguez handles it calmly, and River able to work out of some pressure as the pressure still put on by Mohar. Another free kick coming here. This one in midfield, drawn by Alvarez. So it'll be Julian Alvarez, as well as his number 10, Galvan, to take this one. Alvarez fakes the first cross. The left-footed one floated in and handled very well there by Ramirez, who immediately looks to go the other way. Punt not right at Rezabala. And now following up the play out wide is Ovando. Rezabala with the ball down the middle. A perfect 1v1 opportunity and saved. Ovando Denilson came off the wing. The seas parted for him right down the middle like the Red Sea for Moses. And he's not able to finish that opportunity one-on-one. What a save for Alan Diaz, going down to the ground and keeping one strong hand up. The best look of the game, and De Valle is not able to capitalize. About 5 minutes played here. These are 35-minute halves. If we're tied, we go to stoppage extra time and then penalty kicks. 5 substitutions allowed per side to get as many players the opportunity to play as you can, on top of the fact that with 5 games in just about 10 days, try and keep these players as healthy and fresh as you can. Major League Soccer hosting this tournament once again, bringing in these international sides to bring another level of competition to the Major League Soccer teams, as Alfonso Mondello and Fred Lipka oversee the development and increasing competition for these young players. De Valle back on the horse as they try and create another opportunity. It looked like they should have had the breakthrough already, but it's looked very dangerous so far for the Ecuadorian side. Good physical battle right now in midfield. Tomisic on the ball in center of defense for this River side. As I mentioned, River squeaking out a 2-1 win against Atlanta United in the opening game. Atlanta United, in their first GA Cup competition, were able to qualify, and qualifying as River are now on the break. We'll get back to that one in a second. One-on-one with the keeper, and River makes no mistake. River Plate with the opening goal after De Valle is not able to take advantage. And it's Matias Benitez with the goal. A mistake out of the back from this De Valle team, as you can see. And it's Alvarez with the pass to Benitez. And Benitez able to bury that goal. Matias Benitez, just 16 years old here in this competition. This is his third start of the tournament and his second goal. And what a way to start it for River Plate. It looked like they'd be down 1-0 in just the 7th minute, and in the 9th minute they go up on Benitez's second goal of the competition. River Plate, of course, the club where a number of great young South Americans have come through. Falcao as well as Higuain, two of the best goal scorers in the world. Giovanni Simeone out of the River Plate Academy would have been here at this tournament 2 years ago, but he was playing in under 20 qualifying for Argentina. He now full-time starter, making his name in Italy. Header one on that far side there by Rezabala, as De Valle now trail for the second time in this tournament. Trying to show that they can fight back in this one. One of the things we mentioned earlier today in the broadcast is, on average, these international sides are a little bit older than the MLS team, is bringing 17-year-olds almost exclusively, and you can see the size difference as this looks like a fully professional game out there. The size and strength of these players, as that shot easily into the arms of Ramirez, who tries once again to clear that ball out quickly and almost gets caught. Perlaza with the clearance finally. Perlaza closing once again. Knocks the ball away from Camargo, and it goes out for a throw into River. River Plate and Estudiantes, both Argentine sides here at this tournament. Estudiantes just getting knocked out on the final day, as there's a collision now between Ramirez and Galvan. And our head referee, Rosendo Mendoza, asking Galvan just to wait a second as he checks on Wellington Ramirez. And now a card will be assessed to Galvan. But Estudiantes, first in the group, leading 3-0 at halftime in the final group stage game against TFC. TFC blitzing them for 3 goals in that second half. And New York Red Bulls putting up 5 on Tijuana at the same time. Allowed Red Bulls to jump Estudiantes. Otherwise, they would be in the second semifinal. Instead, Red Bulls will face off against Flamengo from Brazil. This one blasted long finally by Quinonense. Once again, River able to force a dangerous turnover and get out into transition. And that pass just too long from our goal scorer, Benitez. Benitez playing up top alongside Alvarez. Grosso dropping a little bit deeper. That long ball over the top from Caicedo. Handled easily by the Argentine goalkeeper. Great work there from Benitez, and now Alvarez might be through once again. He gets by the last tackle and rolls it in. River Plate exploding out of the gate, taking advantage of every mistake that Valle has made. And in the 14th minute, they go up 2-0.
Goal for River Plate, scored by player number 7.
Julian Alvarez, 17-year-old, one of the more mature players on this team, with his 3rd goal of the competition. He moves one ahead of Matias Benitez once again. And Valle come out. They created a 1v1 goal-scoring opportunity against the goalkeeper about 6 minutes into this one that they weren't able to finish off. And now River have made them pay for it, taking a 2-0 lead just about midway through this first half. Benitez and Alvarez, the 2 strikers, with a goal each. And now Valle get down the wing. Can they make them pay this time? And it's cleared out, handled well by Rodriguez. Quinonez, our center backs, had trouble at times getting rid of the ball. Now he's surrounded by 3 players, and River looked to break. Galvan over the top. It's cleared away before Benitez by Silva. Valle right now getting caught in some messy mistakes, trying to play out of the back, both on the dribble and the pass, as this one's intercepted. Rodriguez steps into the play. He beats Caicedo, cutting down the middle now. Once again, the left-footed strike. And that right there into our construction site with a shot of a center back. FC Dallas with some improvements to their stadium coming, as well as the addition of the Soccer Hall of Fame Museum here in Frisco, Texas. Now about 5:45, so the construction has stopped as the whistle has gone. But for a number of people, they got to watch live soccer while working for the day, as we've already had 2 games here in the stadium. We'll have 2 more on Saturday night. Potential head injury here. And so our head referee stops play. Valle has to be frustrated with the way this game has started. They've had opportunities, the best of which falling to Ovando, who was not able to finish. They restart play. Will be a throw-in taken by Perlazza. Valle, a very young club at the first team, fueled by this academy. A number of these players will go forward and play for the first team as this club has built itself up through the use of young players. Battling against the giants of Emelec, LDU Quito, and Barcelona. Perlazza stepping forward now to take the throw-in. On the ground up there to Mohar, who can't control it, in front of Tamisic. And now Galvan gets on the ball. He gets taken down from behind by Caicedo, who has won the ball but fouled a different player beforehand. Once again, Quinones playing himself out of some trouble, and you can see Gallo Rodriguez, the head coach, yelling over to him to calm down, not try and do too much. That's been the dangerous part so far for this Valle side. Perlazza finally able to get on the ball for his side. Goes down the wing to Ovendo. Ovendo's ball is blocked, and now River. We've seen already their ability to counterattack. So good in 2v2 and 2v3 situations. A 3v6 right now. And the Valle are able to handle it, and finally to the feet of Caicedo, who now turns it over. A chance for Batista. He cuts by Caicedo once again. Now our other goal scorer rips that shot off the face of a defender. Alvarez looking for his second of the game. Down the wing right now for the Valle. Rezabala on that far side. Looking to find the feet of a teammate and just quite can't get it to Plata. You can see the quality and talent on the field for Valle so far in this game. Just haven't been able to complete that final pass, and on the flip side have allowed too many mistakes for River to take advantage of. Ball played down the wing. Now Galvan holds it up to the feet of Pavlov. Medina working in some tight space, and the tackle finally made here by Quinones. And the battle with no foul called. But River once again comes out of it with possession. Batista stripped of possession. That one too far in front of the foot of Rezabala. Quinones with the long clearance. Too high for Mohar. Cleaned up now by Plata, who switches the point of attack. And Perlazza pushing forward from left back. A gorgeous tackle there from Camargo. Now he looks to break out of his own half. Closed down by Plata. Not able to keep possession. Valle upsetting the home side FC Dallas in the opening game to change things up in the group stage. A lot of people around this tournament thought the final group stage game of the whole tournament, which was scheduled as Real Madrid FC Dallas, would be for a place in the next round. But the Valle knocked off both of those sides in their opening 2 games to change that narrative. This cross gets floated in. Camargo tries to touch it back. Can't find a teammate. And now Plata's looking to break back the other way. De Valle have tried to get out quickly every time. Ovendo able to get by 2 defenders. And then it's knocked off the foot of Mohar. River Plate are going to have to defend in 1v1 situations a lot in this game, as the Valle have not waited for numbers at all to attack. Plata gets by the first defender. He's got about 5 red shirts in front of him. He goes back and now wide to Mohar. Interception, well read by Tomisic. A little mistake there from Alvarez. And now back behind the play, Plata down once again. He got hit in the head earlier. These teams are each allowed 5 substitutions if they have to. Looks like it's going to be a drop ball here. And De Valle seem a little frustrated. Ball played back. And good sportsmanship there, as we've seen throughout this competition. Silva over there to help Perlatza, and Perlatza's able to beat a defender and win the throw-in. De Valle has no fear dribbling out of the back, as we've seen consistently in this first half. At times successfully, at times not. What a touch there from Rezabala. Early ball played into the feet of Mohar, and he's not able to hold off the defender. That through ball, though, from Rezabala, the one-time curling pass off the long switch of the field. Shows you why he's wearing that armband. Caicedo now wins possession back for De Valle. We're turning it over to Bautista. Bautista now. Big switch of the field to the feet of Grosso. Camargo coming forward. He's getting chased from behind in front of Alvarez. A dangerous ball once again from the right back. And these two teams working tirelessly off the ball right now to win back possession. For not the first time in this game, the center back Rodriguez comes forward. An offside flag will go against Sebastian Medina on that far wing. Or excuse me, Bautista. Benitez. It'll be Wellington Ramirez to take. For the most part, De Valle's attack has come down this left wing, as now Plata gets into the attack. He tries to cut it back there for Ovando. And a player down behind the play. It looks like Medina this time, and the trainer being called out as all the substitutes for River Plate go and start to warm up. The Argentine season at the top level getting delayed because of issues with television rights. So just kicked off about 3 weeks ago. River Plate, of course, looking to add another title to their illustrious history. River Plate in the red and white. One of the biggest names in the world's game. This is a big week for officials as well as players. A chance for Pro to look at their next line of top referees. They go through a number of courses as well as refereeing these games. River Plate winning the Copa Libertadores 3 years back over Tigres. Led there by Carlos Sanchez, of course, of Uruguay, before he moved north to Monterrey. But a number of academy players and young players in that side that they bring through, such as Funes Mori, who actually is from this Dallas area. So going to play for River Plate and then Everton in England. Ariel Ortega and Marcelo Gallardo, two of the great attacking players created by this club. And the players out on the field are the next in that line. The last 2 years they've been here, I've had an opportunity to sit and talk to their coaches. They feel a number of these players are always about one step away. This isn't just having a youth team for the sake of it. These players are the future of River Plate. Open space to operate on that far side, and an offside called against. It looked like Valdivieso in that midfield. De Valle came out bright. A big chance in the opening minutes to Ovando, their number 11 on the left wing. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. It was a strong hand from Diaz to save it. And then within 3 minutes, they were down by a goal. Within 8 minutes, they were down by 2. As Matias Benitez and Julian Alvarez each struck. Benitez for his second goal of the tournament. Alvarez for his third. Of course, beating Colorado Rapids by 5. Let's pad some people's goal scoring. Plata chases that ball down. Valle have continued to fight in this one. You can see the talent on display as Mohar beats out Rodriguez but can't find a teammate, and Diaz cleans it up. See if 2 goals is too tall a mountain to climb for this De Valle side. Got about 40 minutes of regular play to get there as Camargo powers through a couple before losing possession there to Silva. Once again, De Valle trying to play out of their back. And finally someone puts a foot through it. What a touch once again from Rezabala. Now Plata works through 2. He cuts by another defender and Rodriguez takes the foul. Plata holds his leg, and a yellow card coming here for Julian Rodriguez for both the foul as well as the elimination of the highlight reel that we had going. Currently an enemy of the game, Sergio Rodriguez. This was after he'd already spun through 2 defenders. Cut by another. Cut by Rodriguez again. And gets taken down. So 2 yellow cards shown already for River Plate. Their number 10, Galvan, and now their captain, center back Rodriguez. This is a long way out, about 30 yards, straight on from the goal, so I'd expect to see a shot coming. An opportunity maybe for one of these players to hit it with a flat foot. Get some bend on it. You've got on one side on it the center back Quinones. The other side, Rezabala, and it'll be him to shoot, and it goes fairly simply wide of Diaz's goal. Diaz now in no rush to put this ball back in play. Valle would love to get a goal late in the half here to at least just get them some energy going into halftime. They've shown the ability to create chances. Right, no way out of this game, but they can't afford to let River score the next one or it's over. Slide tackling in there from Silva. Mohar looks like he's on. He's offside. Apologies as our FAR referee, Jeff Skinker, makes the call. Jordan Mohar operating up top by himself. Doing a lot of running. Individual play. Caicedo once again gets away from pressure into the feet of Mohar. Now wide to Plata. Rodriguez closed on Plata, and it looks like a handball called. And a talking to here from the referee as Plata rips that ball off the siding there after the call being made out of frustration. A little bit close to the referee. Just want to keep everyone calm. Young players can get emotional very quickly. Benitez now getting brought down, and another yellow card coming. So our referee having a busy close to the first half as Quinones picks one up. Mauricio Quinones picks up his team's first yellow card. David Goss here on MLSsoccer.com at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas, as we enter the final few minutes of the first half of the opening Champions Division semifinal. It looks like Galvan standing over this one, as well as Alvarez. A short touch, Alvarez floats it, and it goes by everyone and out that far side. And quickly, once again, their goalkeeper, Wellington Ramirez, doesn't wait a second when he gets that ball. Going to get his team back onto the attack as soon as possible. Plata seems to have pushed up just a little bit higher in this game, starting out alongside Valdivieso in midfield in front of Caicedo. They've tried to get him closer to the striker Mohar as he puts pressure on there. Diaz gets it away at the last second. Another mistake on the ball in the back from Valle. They're fortunate to be able to get out of it. Peralta cleaning up the mess. Great layoff there. There's Ovando with the touch, and now Caicedo closes down. He's had a lot of ground to cover by himself in central midfield at times. Quinones, who's got the yellow card and has tried to dribble out of every corner he's been put in. Plays that ball up the field. A free kick goes now against Valdivieso. Charging down the field now is River. That one played out as Galvan tried to put a bolt into the attack. River Plate with goals in the 9th and 14th minute from Matias Benitez and Julian Alvarez. After the early miss from Ovando has really put River in the driver's seat throughout. They've gone after this game fast and furious. They've been able to control it for the most part, picking up a couple yellow cards every time Valle has been able to pull them out They haven't been able to find that finishing pass.
Independiente.
And for the Valle, still a lot to look for. River, the 2-goal lead in firm control here at Toyota Stadium. Independiente de Valle had this opportunity in the 6th minute. Ovando's not able to put it away. Diaz makes the save. And then back the other way just 3 minutes later, Benitez gets his second of the competition. And River doesn't rest on their laurels. They were able to press this Valle team up high, force some mistakes, and then Alvarez, after being the distributor, he becomes the finisher. His 3rd goal of the tournament. And River, just 14 minutes in, we're up 2-0, and we still stand at that mark. In just a few moments, we'll be back here with their second half of action from Toyota Stadium.
This is world rap to infinity. You know the fun fight. We gon' put the hooky and jiggy wiggle and dance like a fun fight. We gon' drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like a fun fight. Now baby, get my booty nigga today. Your clothes feel like a fun fight.
River Plate have won the Generation Adidas Cup in 2015 and 2016 and currently leading Independiente de Valle 2-0 here in the semifinals of the Championship Division to try and defend their title for a third continuous year. David Goss on MLSsoccer.com joining you for this second half as the Ecuadorian Cinderella squad, Independiente de Valle, try and rewrite the script a little bit here and continue on here in the United States. It's been a fun tournament for both of these teams. And only one of them will move on. Valle had a big opportunity to open the scoring in the 6th minute. Ovando was not able to finish for the Ecuadorian side, and immediately River go back the other way and make them pay, making it 1-0 and then 2-0 in the next 8 minutes of action. For River Plate, this is the exact same starting lineup they used in their opening 2 group stage games, the 2 games that mattered the most to them. So this, their strongest 11, playing Benitez up top alongside Alvarez with a 3, at times 4-man midfield of Grosso, Matisse, and Medina, with Galvan, the number 10, floating in between. Those 2 lines. This ball goes long and Mohar just can't get on the end of it. Rezabala with this ball wide. He's been a shining light when he's gotten on the ball for this De Valle side. Jordan Rezabala, the attacking number 10. Rezabala here. His 3rd start of the tournament. He's got a goal already. Another free kick called in this one. Has not been a dirty game, but it has been physical between these 2 teams. It's been a long day for Samuel Palazza alongside Yelivar Silva and Mauricio Quinones on that back line. They've done a lot of work attacking up his left wing for Perlatza, but they've also been under a lot of pressure at times defensively. Mohar with a clean touch out of the air, but he can't find a teammate with it, as we have a collision on that aerial. Quinones, the right center back for De Valle, sitting on a yellow card. They'll have to be careful here in this second half as Benitez puts the brakes on and cuts back. Looking for the long switch to Grosso. who's not able to keep it in right in front of the fourth official on that far side. Our starting lineups for these two teams. For Independiente, De Valle in goal. Number 1, Wellington Ramirez from right to left defensively. Angelino Peralta at right back. Mauricio Quinonez and Yelivar Silva, the center back duo, and Samuel Perlatza. The holding midfielder, Moises Casedo, number 5, who you see there. Just losing out on the ball as River go back the other way. Quinonez gets caught with the hand in the cookie jar. The cut back down the middle, and just like the first half, River comes out flying here in the second half. And they put a dagger in the hearts of De Valle. Valentin Matis with the goal. Holding midfielder for this River Plate side. Matis has been fantastic defensively in this game. He wins possession. He gets it out wide to Alvarez, who now has his second assist of the game. And then Matis gets the goal. What a performance for the defensive midfielder. Just 16 years old. He's been dominant throughout the tournament. This, his 4th start of the competition, and that his first goal.
Goal scored for River Plate by player number 5, Valentin Matis.
So Julian Alvarez
Assisted by number 7.
has 2 assists already in this game to go along with a goal. He's got 3 goals in the competition. What a tournament he's had. And nothing new. The player of the tournament in the Champions Division has been a River Plate player for the last 2 years. The winner of the Champions Division has been a River Plate team for the last 2 years. And right now, River are on their way to securing another appearance in that championship. They will face off against the winner of New York Red Bulls versus Flamengo. That one coming up immediately after this one on MLSsoccer.com. New York Red Bulls trying to do in the Champions Division what their city rival NYCFC did in the Premier Division and make the championship. NYCFC will face off against Tigres on Saturday at 6:30, followed immediately at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time with most likely River Plate and the winner of that next game. As Camargo gets forward, he clips it across the face of goal. It's taken by Ramirez, who immediately once again is looking to punt it back up the other way. This our substitute coming on for De Valle. Looks like it's number 18, Andres Mena.
Cambio por el equipo de Independiente del Valle de Ecuador. Entra el jugador número 18, Andrés David Mena Montenegro. Y salió el jugador número 8, Ryan
Mena coming in at midfield alongside Plata in place of Brian Valdivieso. Valle go all the way back to their goalkeeper. Now blasted long. Rezabala putting a little bit of pressure on there. Mena, our substitute, in his 3rd appearance. He's got 1 start and now 2 substitute appearances to score a goal, and that is what De Valle will hope he'll be able to bring. They've had opportunities, they've had looks as they make another substitution now. It looks like Carlos Sanchez is coming on. Of course, not that Carlos Sanchez. So Sanchez makes his 4th appearance of the tournament. 1 start and now his 3rd substitute appearance. well, another player looking for his first goal of the competition.
Substitution by Independiente. Entering the field,
It'll be so Plata floats that one in as Jordan Mohar's day is done. Carlos Sanchez comes on for the center forward. Mohar looking impressive throughout this game, showing his athleticism as well as his touch and skill. He's been isolated for a lot of this game. Up top, struggling to find a teammate to play off of. But he's created a few opportunities. And this one will go out for a corner kick. 35-minute halves, 5 substitutions allowed per team here at the Generation Adidas Cup. We go to extra time and then penalty kicks if we're still tied after this one or any of these knockout games, but it's likely it seems River Plate should be able to see this one out, as that's a bone-crunching tackle in midfield. Both players are down worse for the wear. Immediately play stopped by Rosendo Mendoza, our head official. It looked like it was Grosso who went in the air for River Plate, and the substitute Mena getting knocked down on the De Valle side, and Grosso picks up a yellow card. The third River player to get a yellow card in this one, and that's something we'll have to watch out for, as their head coach Jose Borelli wants to make sure he's got his full complement of players available as this tournament moves on. Every team at this competition plays 5 games. Got a number of games going on the outer fields right now at Toyota Soccer Park. The loser of this match and all the other semifinals will go and play another game out on Toyota Soccer Park, as it looked like that ball went out and a call made. Alan Diaz just taking a little bit too much time to get it off his feet. And now opportunity now for De Valle. FC Dallas will face off against the LA Galaxy on Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Central Time. That should be one of the better matches between the two MLS sides. Here, it'll be Rezabala to take this one. Doesn't have an assist so far in this tournament. It'll be left-footed in-swinging service. Hit to the far post. Diaz punches, and then he gets taken out, and a free kick called in his favor, as now Silva helps him up. It was the 2 center backs, Silva and Quinones, closing in on him. So Alan Diaz able to make up for his own mistake. Great work there from Grosso to get out of pressure, but De Valle is able to force a turnover. This is what River did to De Valle all of that first half. Forcing turnovers and then attacking with numbers. A quick pass down the line, onside still, and cleared away acrobatically in the middle by Galvan. Plata trying to get through about 6 defenders there. He can't, but he keeps possession. Quickly played to the top of the box for Mena, who's trying to link up there with the feet of Ovando. Diaz trying to blast it long to Benitez. It's been a well-played match between these two teams. Great example of athleticism as well as technique and quality in these players. The flow at times maybe hasn't been at the top level that we've seen with teams like NYCFC, like at times Real Madrid. And they've controlled possession and really worked it around the field. A lot more individual play with these two sides so far, but successful for River Plate. And for De Valle, it had been up until this point in this tournament. River Plate, 36 Argentine championships, 3 Copa Libertadores championships. Latest one coming, as I said, in 2015, under the stewardship of club legend Marcelo Gallardo, former Major League Soccer player with DC United. The next class of talent on the field in front of you now. As River Plate have been a great addition to this competition for Alfonso Modelo, the Major League Soccer competition department, who have looked to expose the MLS young players to different styles, different challenges, to allow them to learn and gain experiences that they can use later on. And these teams have been a big part of that. The ball played from Tomisic down the wing. The cross comes back and it's cleared by Quinones. It's been Ovando who's moved into the center forward role, with Mohar coming off the field. Carlos Sanchez has gone to that more right forward position as he's now chasing the play. Long ball floated over the top, headed back easily to Ramirez from Quinones. Throws it back out for Peralta. Rodriguez over to cover. He's able to make the play. Clean touch there from Grosso, but to the wrong team, as Plata now gets back in possession. Mena going wide to Perlatza. Rezabala getting into the box. He's got 3 defenders around him. He goes down to the ground. No call made. Grosso coming in field once again. Fabio Grosso, of course. Italy World Cup player. They have no relation. This shot's deflected and it's going to go out for a corner kick. Of course, Argentina and Italy, a strong connection with a number of Italian immigrants in Argentina, ending up going back and playing for the Italian national team. Camoranesi, of course, of the 2006 World Cup team. Born and raised in Argentina. This ball's played over the top. A dangerous ball. It was a tricky corner kick, as a late runner was the option there for River. And they're not able to make anything happen. And now Valle would love to catch River out, pressing forward a little bit, but you'd be surprised with this 3-0 lead that River would really commit any unnecessary numbers forward. I have seen them still commit to attacking, as Rodriguez helps this team work it out of the back. There's so much of what we've seen these teams in River and Estudiantes from Argentina presenting in the coaching symposiums. In between game days, the youth coaches for MLS have an organized symposium learning about different ideas from every facet of coaching, from child development and psychology, the science of keeping players healthy, to teaching how to coach when you don't maybe have a full complement of facilities at your disposal. And what the Estudiantes and River Plate coaches talked about, and you saw right there in playing out of the back, is problem solving and putting players in situations where they have to make wrong decisions and learn from them in 1v2 defending situations, 2v3 attacking situations, and different things like that, as we get a substitute coming on for De Valle. It's Paul Quadro, substitute coming in for Yelivar Silva.
En el minuto 53 entra el jugador número 13, Paul Adolfo Cuadro.
Paul Quadro comes on.
Jugador número 2.
for this De Valle side.
Silva, Mina.
Cuadro, another center back, thrown right into the fire. Quinones, who's already got a yellow card with a strong tackle there on the end line, launches it up the field for Ovando. And now Sanchez closing in to try and help. For Cuadro, this his 4th appearance in the tournament. His 3rd off the bench, 1 start. De Valle making wholesale changes in the 3rd group stage game, changing 9 of 11 starters to face off against Real Salt Lake after they already locked up the group with victories over Real Madrid and FC Dallas, who were tied for 2nd place on 3 points each. Good work here from Ovando to get by the first 2 defenders. His cross over the head of everyone. Sanchez able to run it down. Back to Rezabala. To the middle for Caicedo. Plata trying to link up with Ovando, and the back heel just didn't come off. And now Wellington Ramirez reads that play well. He's given up 3 goals, but he's played a fantastic game in net, being left out to dry on all 3 of the goals by his team. Reading that play off the midfield line. Running out there to make the clearance. Now, Benitez is back behind the back line. Alvarez looking for his 2nd, and it's blocked. Quinones with the close range block. And a corner kick coming up for River Plate. Just past the halfway mark of this 2nd half. River Plate goals in the 9th minute, in the 14th minute, and then in the opening 3 minutes of the 2nd half for Valentin Matisse. The whistle going in favor of River. Matisse with a 39th minute goal. The 3rd of the competition, or excuse me, the 3rd of the game, his 1st of the competition. This over the top, Ramirez out. He makes the punch offside anyway, but once again, fantastic play from our goalkeeper, Wellington Ramirez, as he's kept De Valle in this one single-handed at times. Plata with the ball for Caicedo. He's under pressure. He's able to keep possession. Going wide to the fullback, Perlatza. He's got Rezabala right next to him. He goes long, and Diaz is able to guide that one in. And immediately, once again, Diaz looking to counter quickly, even with the 3-goal lead. So now we're playing a little bit of soccer tennis between 2 goalkeepers. That ball goes directly to Wellington Ramirez. Rezabala's got numbers against him right now. He's surrounded by a trio of red shirts. Not a lot of blue shirts out there for him to find. His team's able to work out of pressure. Quinones, who we've seen on the ball a number of times in this game, he's able to get deep into the half, but he's got nowhere else to go. He seems to, throughout this game, have the ability to beat 1 or 2 defenders without a long-term idea of where he really wants to go with the ball. So the first substitution coming of the game for River Plate. It looks like Brian Avila is coming on. And it looks like he's coming on in place
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention
Stefan
please.
Medina.
Substitution by River Plate. In the 59th minute, Entering the field is number 17, Ryan. Leaving the field is
So Avila comes on for Medina, who had a physical game, you'd have to say, throughout this one. There's a chance coming here once again for River, and a point to the spot. And we have a penalty kick on the way. Leading 3-0 River Plate, a chance to finish this one, and a red card given. Mauricio Quinones has walked the tightrope throughout this game. In the 59th minute will be his last opportunity. He already had a yellow card, so even if it wasn't Dogso, it was going to be a second yellow coming. And look at this. The goalkeeper, Alan Diaz, coming all the way up the field to take a penalty kick. Roger Seni style, the great goalkeeper of São Paulo, the current head coach of São Paulo, who scored over 40 goals from open field play in his career from set pieces. This one from the penalty spot. Guys, I'm not going to lie, did not do research of it whether Alan Diaz has scored a goal yet. And it's saved! And now Ramirez will look to go quickly as Diaz is out of goal. Menace touched too long. Diaz sprinting across midfield. We've got a Gray line making the run across, and he's beating himself up back now in his own box. One of the more bizarre scenes you will ever see. As we get official confirmation. The red card to Quinones. A tough afternoon for him. But what a situation for this to end up in for River Plate. And now we get a substitute. It looks like Galvan's going to come off. Alan Diaz takes it softly. And he's going to be mad at himself for not trying to at least put that one in a corner. You get your one opportunity, maybe for a while. And Diaz can't find a way to score it. So the substitute for River coming out is Galvan. Coming on for him is Hernan Munoz Lopez. Galvan sitting on a yellow card, a player that Jose Borelli will want to protect for that championship game, as now with a man up and a 3-goal lead, you'd have to think River are on their way to a final for the third straight year. The Valle teams fought hard. They've played so well throughout this tournament, beating the hosts in FC Dallas, beating the favorites in Real Madrid in the opening 2 games. They knew they were through in the third game. They were able to shift up the team a little bit against Real Salt Lake, taking a 3-0 loss. As Plata lets that ball go under his foot. Now Alvarez is looking for his second of the game, and the save made by Ramirez. And then he's back up to get to the ball. What a game for Wellington Ramirez. Not one he'll remember with the 3 goals conceded. But he has been impressive keeping his team in it. And he's been quick to get the ball back the other way. Rezabella puts it in the path of Sanchez, who's closed down. Well done there from Juan Tomisic to cover for Rodriguez, his center back partner. The tackle made up the field. by Quadro. Rezabalos look good in some tight spaces at times, but Julian Alvarez and Matias Benitez have been so smooth going forward. Every time they've taken advantage of every turnover and opening by this Valle team. We've got a foot race. Looks like a free kick will go against River. They're preparing a substitute, Joaquin Perez, waiting at the midfield line. There's no number board in the middle, so they have to notify each player as they come off. And it looks like it's going to be Julian Alvarez. A goal and 2 assists. Not a bad day for him. His 3rd goal of the competition. Joaquin Perez will come on for him. A goal in the 14th minute. An assist on what is now the game-winning goal, standing for Benitez in the 9th minute. And then an assist as well on Valentin Matis's goal in the 39th. And now Benitez on his horse once again, but it's an offside, and of course Ramirez saved it anyway. Wellington Ramirez has put on a show for this Valle side. Advantage played here. Rezabala gets by the first defender. Now in his more comfortable defensive role, Matis is able to win the free kick for his side. So we know half of this final coming up, as River Plate look like they're on their way to the championship. We've got another semifinal on the way, just a few minutes away. The New York Red Bulls, the lone MLS representation in the semifinals of this upper division, facing off against Flamengo out of Brazil, who have been one of, if not the most impressive sides to watch in this competition. Will it be Brazil-Argentina in the final, or will the Red Bulls have a chance to follow up last year's Premier Division Championship with the Champions Division title this year? We know NYCFC are in a final. We'll see if NYRB are in a final as well, and they can follow up that tradition that NYCFC has built in the last 6 months. It'll be Perlatza on this free kick, as our head official is over for a review. Our VAR is checking every play. They have the ability to review any goal scored, any red card given, as well as mistaken identity on any card, any penalty that's given or should be given. We saw in our second game, of the day between Philadelphia and Tigres, a free kick was given. Upon review, a red card was added after not initially being called. Rosendo Mendoza has made his review, and now the call coming, and it'll be a red card. So our VAR deemed a clear and obvious error in his check. He advised a review for Rosendo Mendoza, and upon review he saw that it was a dangerous tackle, and a red card is assessed to Gonzalo Plata, the second red card of the game for this Valle side. Plata now making the long walk away. It's 9-on-11 for the Ecuadorian side to finish this game off. So in our third match, semifinal of the day here at Toyota Stadium, we've had one review per game. A penalty kick was awarded in the first game, not being called originally. A red card assessed in the second game, as well as now in the third game. As Pro gets ready to institute this online and live in MLS matches after the All-Star game from August on. There was a quick review there for Rosendo Mendoza. Mena now battling in midfield. It's been a hectic game for Mendoza. He's given out 3 yellow cards for River. He's given out 3 yellow cards and 2 red cards to Valle. As we close out these final few minutes, Caicedo dropping in to add an additional defender on that back line. As Plata had filled in himself, he's played about every position in this game. Now sent to the showers just a little bit early. Ovando had that chance in the 6th minute to put his team up 1-0, one-on-one with Diaz. Diaz made that save. River went back down the other way and put in 2 quick goals to make it 2-0, put themselves in the driver's seat. An assist from Alvarez to Benitez for the opening goal. And then Alvarez, the goal himself, the second time. Now Benitez is looking for his second of the game. He lays it off. A chance coming potentially here for River. No call made. And we go back the other way, and that, with all plays, will be checked by the VAR. There's deemed to clear an obvious error. And the referee will be recommended a review. And then accept, and then go to the side. This free kick will be moved back just a few feet as we enter stoppage time here at Toyota Stadium. Coming up in just a few minutes on MLSsoccer.com, we'll have New York Red Bulls versus Flamengo in our second semifinal. New York Red Bulls, one of the most prestigious academies, as we see that penalty kick now will be have a review taken. The first review that we had just a few moments ago, the review indicated a clear error. Play restarted with a direct free kick because Independiente de Valle's number 19, Gonzalo Plata, committed a serious foul play offense, and he was shown the red card. So that's the official language that we've gotten from Pro on that first call. Now we have a potential penalty kick coming here in a second call as Rosendo Mendoza comes back on the field. We'll show another TV square to show that the play has been checked, and he points to the spot for a penalty kick. You've got to think Alan Diaz won't get a chance on this one, as we see here an obvious kick to the leg. It looked like Angelino Peralta there. And very surprising that the River Plate goalkeeper Diaz back leaning against this post right now on the far side. He's already gotten his shot at glory. This time it'll be the substitute Hernan Nunez Lopez, number 16, off the bench. Wellington Ramirez has put on a fantastic performance throughout this game. Can he do it one more time? And he does. He saved 2 penalty kicks on top of a number of breakaways, but his team still falls 3-0 in this one. Wellington Ramirez couldn't do enough as Matias Benitez gets his second goal of the tournament in the 9th minute for the game winner. Julian Alvarez, a goal in the 14th minute along with 2 assists as River Plate came out of the first half locker room on fire, and the second half, just 4 minutes in, Valentin Matis gets his first goal of the tournament for a 3-0 lead. Wellington Ramirez goes on to save 2 penalty kicks, but it looks like River will have a 3rd straight year to try and defend their title here in the Champions Division of the Generation Adidas Cup. Let's look at the highlights from this match so far.
from the USA.
It was an emotional one for Valle. This is the goal 9 minutes in from Benitez, his second of the tournament, and then just 5 minutes later, Alvarez. He set up Benitez, and now he gets his chance to finish. This was the opening 4 minutes of the second half. Matisse with the goal. Beautiful left-footed finish for the mainly defensive midfielder. And then a chance at glory for the goalkeeper, Diaz. He hits it softly. Ramirez guesses the right way. Ramirez makes the save on the breakaway. He came out off his line all the way to midfield to make a save earlier in the half. And then at the last whistle of the game, after a review and a penalty kick was awarded, he saved Lopez's PK to close out the game. We'll be back here on MLSsoccer.com in about 20 minutes with the semifinal between New York Red Bulls, the last remaining MLS team, and Flamengo of Brazil, one of the best teams of this tournament so far. We're really looking forward to that one.
We gonna dance like a roof on fire. We gonna drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like a roof on fire.